YouTube, what's going on? My name is Argon. Welcome back to some Fortnite information. Today we have a little bit of a different video for you guys. Not any gameplay up for you to enjoy or not enjoy, whatever it is you're into. But I do have something a little bit different, a little more exciting. If you guys are playing Fortnite regularly, you may be concerned with what your stats are. You may go into your leaderboards or whatever your profile information is in-game and look at your stats. You're not going to get too much information there, guys. Fortunately, there's a website we can go to that has much more complicated, detailed information. They happen to track a lot more stuff. That website is FortniteTracker.com. You see it up here on the screen. So I want to take you guys through a little bit, show you kind of, how you can actually track your stats and see how you're improving and performing, especially most importantly compared to the rest of the world playing this game. So this is really good information for you guys to get a hold of. If you're not familiar with how to do this, just stay tuned and you will learn and I will teach you, my friends. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you smack that like button. If you're new here, you've never subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you're gonna enjoy this video for sure and all the other great content I put up for you. So going right into this, guys, the website is right there on the screen for you, FortniteTracker.com. And what you see is when you get to this homepage, you can see just, I don't know, it's a regular homepage. It's got some information, whatever. Now, if you're playing on console, in order for this to be something that you can actually look up for your stats, it's going to look up based on your Epic Games account name. So if you play on PC, you're good. Just enter right here, enter your name as it appears in Epic Games, the launcher, however you play it. If you're playing on console, you got to go through the proper steps to link your gamer tag to your Epic Games account. I don't want to cover that in this video because that process has changed a lot over the time because there's been some real major problems with the community, losing stats, all kinds of crap. But let's just say you managed to link your PSN or your XBL to your Epic Games account. Now you can actually go ahead and search for it. So search for your name if you want. I'm going to go ahead and look up my boy Upshaw, aka one of the best console players, if not the best console players around. So his stats are insane. So he plays on PS4. Now when you go and you click on his name or you want to enter your own name, you're going to see there's two versions of stats that you can look. If you look over here in the upper right corner, there says detailed view. If you click on it, you will see simple view. Now simple view, I'm not necessarily going to go over this in too much detail. I'd rather go over the detailed view. So click on detailed view. I will review for you guys kind of how all this breaks down. So what you see here at the top is your gamer tag as it appears, and then what console you play on, and then of course what country you're coming from. There's overview, matches, quests, Twitch clips. I'm not too familiar with Twitch clips. I'm assuming if you have them, it might link it. You have to link your Twitch to your Epic Games account as well, which you can do. I don't know how many people will do that, but Upshaw's a streamer, so he probably has some stuff. If you're just a player and you're not really a streamer or anything like that, you may not have that. But overview is going to be an overview of all your stats. Matches is going to be the summary of every game you've played that this thing has recorded. And quests, in the case of Battle Royale, is going to be all your challenges that you need to complete. So we'll go ahead and get into that, but don't worry. The very first section you guys see will be the last 7 days. As you can see, Upshaw has played 170 matches. You will see a little filter here. You can select between solos, duos, and squads, but we're going to look at all his stats. Upper left corner is his total score, his total kills. These are all pretty straightforward. The amount of wins he's got. So as you're going to see here, guys, this is a top 3, top 5, top 10. Now, and what this means is in the case of solos, this is going to count how many times you place in the top 10. In duos, how many times your team placed in the top 5. And in squads, how many times your team placed in the top 3. So this is the sum of all those modes. So if you did drill down into solos, you could see he's got 24 top 10 placings in solos out of those 48 matches. So see, this will update as well up here in the upper left, but we're going to keep it on all again. So this is also counting you how many times you landed in the top 25 in solos, the top 12 in duos, and the top 6 in squads. Coming down here is your KD, 12.95 for Upshaw. I'm telling you, he's a beast, guys. His win percentage is almost 42%, and his time played is 8 hours and 29 minutes. So you can go down here. Now you can see they break it down by game mode type. So moving into solos, season 3, you can do this or you can do lifetime. We're going to start with looking just at season 3. Again, a lot of the same information: score, kills, wins, KD, win percentage, time played, kills per minute, kills per match, average match time, score per match, and then score per minute. Now, there's a couple of things here that I want to show you guys and go over with you guys. If you see these little bars that appear underneath these scores and these numbers. Now this, in Upshaw's case, is going to be a little bit, maybe you didn't notice it, but if you see like this bar is full, this bar is not full. This is a percentile bar. So if you hover over this, you can see his KD. And if you can see that, it says top 0.2% or the 99.8th percentile. So this means that Upshaw's KD is in the top 0.2% of all solos players in the world. Again, that's very high. So if you guys can go in and compare yourselves to this if you want, and you won't have, hopefully you have a good number. If not, don't feel too bad. Upshaw, like I said, he's insane. But if you see down here, average match time 3 minutes 13 seconds, he's in the top 46%. So you can kind of see there's the green section that's filled in. That it's like if this whole bar is 100%, it fills you up until your percentile. So keep that in mind, top 46% or 54th percentile. So that's something you got to track. That's a really cool feature that you don't get out of the in-game stats, recording. You get this, percentile ranking, and this is how it compares you against everybody else in the rest of the world. And you can compare this every single stat, basically, where you see a bar under it. You can tell how you rank compared to everybody else. Now, here's something very interesting. This is a TRN rating. This is something that the Fortnite tracker website itself, this is a metric that they've created. It's the way that they rank people relative to everybody else. So if you click on the little question mark, you can kind of go over the scoring. I'm not going to go too much detail with you, but basically what they do is they start you at a rating of 1200, and then every game you play, whether you win or lose, they give you points or take away points. And then if you win and you hit a certain number of kills, you get more than, let's say every time you win, you get 100 points. If you get more than a certain number of kills, you get more than 100 points. If you don't get that many kills, like in the case of what is this, solos or squads, if you get 7 kills, you're gonna get, oh, this is duos, I'm sorry, you're gonna get the max amount of points. If you get more than 7 kills, you're gonna get even more points. If you don't get quite as many kills, then you're gonna get less than as many points. If you lose points. So starting at 1200, the higher you are at 1200, the better. The lower you are from 1200, the worse. You can't go negative. They made it, the minimum is 0, so once you hit 0, you cap out, and the max is 5,000. Take a look at this, guys. Go ahead and read through it so you can try and understand it. There is an FAQ down here so you can better understand it, but basically his numbers are super high. So again, the max is 5,000, the lowest is 0. He's way up there. I don't know if they rank him on leaderboards by TRN rating, but this is a totally made up metric. It's a way to compare not just something basic like Fortnite itself. It ranks you based on wins or scores, or they don't even rank you off kills. This is combining your kills and your wins. So it's trying to categorize players based on play type, whether they're fast players, aggressive players, or whatever. So again, guys, that's that TRN rating, and they assigned you one for each game mode. So if you scroll down here, you can see this is duos. So again, same exact data. It's just broken down by game type. And in his case, he plays a lot more duos, but the guy's got insane stats. And then squads rating, you can see he's almost maxed out at squads. So he's despite the fact that he's a primarily duos player, he is absolutely nuts when it comes to squads at 2, apparently. Unless this is actually, I think, I take that back. What they've been doing, and this is even more insane if you think about it. Him and his duos partner have been playing a lot of duo squads. So a lot of these matches are just him and another person, which is Rubes94. So they're just nuts, man. You got to check them out. But if you go down here, you can see the match history. This updates about every 2 minutes, so you can see what they did and then each match they played. Now, if you guys want this to be like this, what you have to do is when you are going to go play Fortnite, you want to open this web page up and you want to keep this open. If you don't keep this open, it's not going to update like this each match, right? So if you don't leave it open, like you just playing, you don't have a computer next to you, whatever, when you come back, let's say you played 10 matches or whatever, you'll see it'll say 10 matches, squads mode, and it'll say how many you won or whatever. So it won't break it down match by match like this, but it'll give you the sum of all you had during that play session. So it's not losing the information, it's just not as precise as leaving it open like this. Now, I think you can leave it open on your phone. It'll probably work. I have a PC next to my PlayStation, so I just do that. It works just fine. If you look over here, guys, there are lifetime stats. You can see this is literally as much as he's ever played. He's got over 1 million score, 3,200 matches played. His win percentage is 49% for his life. It's just nuts, man. I can't fathom. We go up some more. They have some season 3 stats. This is really high level stuff. What profile he is, what level his character is, how many wins he's got, his XP, and then again you can see by season. These are really high level. Unfortunately, at this time, guys, they have not given you an option to go back and pull up season 2 stats for example, to this level of detail. Unfortunately, I wish they would. I went ahead and I saved my season 2 stats, so if you guys want to see my season 2 stats, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below. I'll make that video for you, no problem. Up here at the very top, you can see the most recent match, and of course his current loadout, which is, I don't know how they get this information. It's pretty nuts, man. Now let's say Upshaw does play on PC, for example. You can switch, just because you're linked, you can go ahead and switch platforms, and you can see the stats on those platforms. So if you do play on Xbox Live or PS4 and PC, you can see all that. Now if you go into matches, click matches, again, this is just some more detail, but that was same like what was on the previous page. Again, this is my example here, what I was showing you. So in this case, he did not have the page open, so you can see he played 2 matches with the page closed. He had 2 matches, 1 win, total score. So this is among 2 matches, right? So he had 21 kills between 2 games. So that's what it'll tell you if you don't keep this open. So keep that in mind. And then again, this is by day. Like, you can just literally go down here and see everything. It's pretty nuts how much they track, right? So as long as your PSN is tracked with your, or linked to your Epic Games account, you'll be able to see this. And then here's his quest. So these are all the challenges and whatnot that you got to win, and he's completed most of them. So that it's not that important. You can get that on your main page. The stats themselves are stuff that you can't track in game, so it's nice that they do this for us. It's pretty insane. And on top of that, if you go to the very top, they do have a leaderboards, and you can see this now. You can basically go through everybody. This is you can scroll leaders, you can go by platform, you can filter by platform, you can do specific game modes, you can do what category you want it to go off of. So here's the TRN rating. Unfortunately, they apparently, oh wait, what's S3 solo? What the heck is that? Apparently they're not tracking it. Let me see. I saw something up here that said TRN rating. So there you go. You can rank them by TRN rating. As you can see, Alex Rami's almost at a 5,000. So even the top player in the world, numbers-wise, is still not at 5,000. So it seems like the 5,000 is definitely a cap. So it doesn't know. Who knows if you'll be able to make it there. Either way, you got a bunch of stuff you can mess around with. You can select by region, select by country, select by state. I don't even know if that'll work yet. But yep, you could do that. All kinds of things you can filter out here. Leaderboards, just depends if you're on there. If you're on there, that's great. Let me know where you land on the leaderboards. That's pretty insane if you are. So keep that up. If you are, make sure you keep grinding it out. There's the boy Ninja's Hyper down there, number 7. And yeah, you'll see a lot of popular names that you're probably used to seeing. Hamlin's is here. You got, this is Dakota's. This is all, you know, Space Lion. Avery's probably on here somewhere. All those guys, King Richard. Daquan, and you get High Distortion. Yep, you can go through here and just see probably a bunch of names that you're used to seeing on Twitch or YouTube. Otherwise, you can actually go ahead and click, like, let's say you want to see Dakota's stats, just go ahead and click on him, and then there you go. Now you can see all his stats. It's almost like you're him. So enjoy that. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, if you go over into lifetime, you can get a little more detail on here. This will give you all your stats, and then again, this is your overall ranking for your lifetime. So Upshaw is 129th in the world for solos, number 90 for duos. And then here you can actually see individually for each category where you rank. So in Upshaw's case, he's 108th in wins for solos. In wins for duos, they are number 22, or he's number 22. So you can see this is again in the lifetime tab. So make sure you guys check that out. That's really cool. You don't have to worry about the percentile. You'll actually get a hard number, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Especially if you could see, you'd be like, man, there's millions of people and I'm number 800. Like that's pretty good. You know what I mean? To be number 800 out of millions of people playing. So good for you. Good on you. Let me know what your guys' best stats are down in the comment section below. I'd be really curious to find out. For me personally, I'll let you guys know if you want to see my stats. I will show them to you. Just let me know in the comment section. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, guys. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're not following me on social media, the links are down in the description below. And as always, guys, my name is Argon, and may you never die to a bush. Peace.